because there's some great community events that have happened. Let's go to Wallingham now, where the Lily Foundation, it's a charity which supports people with mitochondrial disease, is getting fundraising support from a surprising source. The fundraiser is an artist who's worked with Topshop and Madonna, and now he's created a piece of artwork just to raise funds for the foundation. It was auctioned off by Tate Ward, raised more than £8,000. Well, let's first talk to the artist, Mason Newman, about why they got involved in this incredible project. Mason, thank you so much for joining us on the programme. Tell us why you decided to do this.
You know what? The Lily Foundation came to me from a gallery I work with down in Brighton, and when they told me about it, it was just, broke my heart, and I was trying to think of a way how I can do my best to help. And obviously the best thing to do and the easiest thing to do was create a painting and put it into auction and to raise funds for the Lily Foundation.
And you raised more than £8,000. I mean, you must be so pleased with that sum.
Yeah, it's not bad, isn't it? Not bad. It won't be the last time we do it with the Lily Foundation as well, because it's my way of helping.
What will happen then with this money? I'm presuming this is about supporting families who are affected, research. What will the money go towards?
So it will do whatever the Lily Foundation, chooses to do with it, which is obviously helping out people that have either suffered with the disease or suffer currently.
I've never heard of it. I'm presuming you, like me, a lot of us are quite ignorant about this disease and haven't heard of it.
No, I was exactly the same until the guys at Indelible down in Brighton came to me and, brought it to my light. And then I did my research, did a bit of a deep dive when I got home. And like I say, it broke my heart. And, raising awareness for this disease as well, which is just horrible and heartbreaking, is also important to me.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Let's bring Claire in on this. Now, Claire Wright lost her son, Jacob, to the disease at just 16 months. Claire, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us about Jacob.
It's a pleasure, and thank you, Mason. So Jacob was our first little boy, was our first child, and, we had never even thought that there would possibly be anything wrong with him. And sadly, at about 8 months, he started to have uncontrollable seizures. And the doctors tried to stop them and sort out some of his other issues. And then sadly, at 14 months, we were told that he had mitochondrial disease and that he would be unlikely to see his second birthday. And it was at that point that I reached out to the Lily Foundation and got through to Liz, who set up the charity in memory of her little girl, Lily. And I guess you could say she held our hands as we went through the journey of dealing with the diagnosis of something that was life-limiting, and there was no cure or real treatment. And then sadly, 2 months later, he passed away, and she continued to hold our hands as we travelled through that part of our journey and learning to live with the loss of a child. And now we've got a child who's 8, a little girl, and I can't even imagine what it's like to deal with the grief of missing someone you've never met. And the charity help us with that too, because Charlotte goes to support weekends and meets other people and gets to understand that she's not alone. And now I'm privileged to even work for the charity, so I'm their ops manager. So it's an incredible charity that is very close to my heart, and I'm incredibly proud and honoured to work for.
It must have been such a journey for you, though, because I can't imagine what it was like to know that your little boy was facing such, the loss of his life at such an early stage.
You just don't know. We doctors and the NHS are an incredible group of people, and in this day and age, you expect, when you know something is wrong and then you're told that they know what is wrong, you then expect the next bit, don't you? Which is, right, so we're going to do X, Y, and Z, and everything is going to be fine. And to be told in a doctor's room that this is what is wrong with him, and basically there is nothing they can do, your world falls apart, and you feel alone, and you feel isolated and hopeless. And I guess that's what the Lily Foundation did for me, and does for others, is and through people like Mason, with the money that they raise, it makes that group of people feel less alone, less isolated, and lets them cling on to hope that one day, through all of our work, we can find that cure. So no one has to go through what me and my husband experienced in that doctor's room back in 2012.
And actually just being with people that understand, that have been there, that have been through, because most people, I'd imagine, when you say that disease, would just look at you with a bemused expression in the same way as I would have done, because I've not heard of it, because it's so rare.
I did as well. I mean, I'd never heard of it. I mean, and you know, it is a rare disease, but it's more than common than you think. Every other day a baby will be born in the UK that will develop a type of this disease. And in summary, it basically is mitochondria, the batteries in every single one of your cells. And in people with mitochondrial disease, those batteries don't work properly. So the cell that they're in can't work properly. So they either don't work at the right rate, which means that the organ that they control doesn't work as well as it should. Or in the case of Jacob, eventually they stop working altogether. And sadly, it takes lives, and it takes too many. But together, I'm really confident that and we are moving ever closer, and with the help of amazing people like Mason, who we can't thank enough for his support, we will find that cure, and we will be able to make the future of mitochondrial disease very different.
And what a legacy that is, your determination to do that. What a legacy to your lovely little boy.
Oh, God, yeah. You know, I always say I can't be his mummy on this earth, if you like, because he's no longer here. But by doing what I do and continuing to do what I do, I feel like I'm still kind of caring for him, if that makes sense.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us, Mason and Claire there. A very moving story. You can find out more actually about what they do, about you, how you can support and help, and about the disease itself. It's called the Lily Foundation. If you put that into your favourite search engine, all the details will come up and you can see more about what they do.